Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Reaction Therapy. I am Tom Stevens, your resident psychotherapist, here for a really cool day to break down the lyrics to some of your favorite music. It is New Artist Day, somebody we feature who we've never had on the show before. So this is a chance to take in new people, not necessarily new artists, but just people we haven't reacted to before. And today is none other than Witt Lowry, and we're doing Ghost. I have no idea what I'm walking into. I don't know anything about Witt Lowry. Obviously, y'all have recommended and suggested it a lot, so I can't wait to hear your feedback and reactions. Secondly, thank you so much for supporting this channel, for being a subscriber, or just even watching, because this channel's grown so much in the past 2 months, and we have just loved what we're doing. So I appreciate all the support and all the insight and feedback you've given out there, and I cannot wait to do the next and the next and the next reaction. So without further ado, let's get into Witt Lowry and Ghost.
Fuck it. Another day, another night, another fucking battle in my mind. A lot of love, a lot of hate, a lot who wanna see me unwind.
Woo! What a start to that. Now, I got to tell you, I don't know who likes who in the music industry, the rap industry, or whatever. So I never mean to offend people when I try to compare or I try to talk about people, because I probably don't know enough to be able to say it. I'm just judging based off the sound, and it sounds a lot like Juice WRLD that I've heard before in some of the upbeat music. I love this because it's not super poppy, but it's also not just hardcore rap, and it's not also hardcore metal or anything. It's got enough of a beat that makes me want to move. And when you see me move, that's when you can tell. But, you know, he's straight out of the gates with lyrics of like, this is brutal. I feel like he's just saying, this is another day of misery and people who want to take me down and people who don't care about me and they want to see me fail. The energy that he's got, but the way he delivered that, whoo, I got to hear that again, if y'all don't mind. In fact, I want to hear the beat drop.
Fuck it. Another day,
There it is.
another fucking battle in my mind. A lot of love, a lot of hate, a lot who wanna see me unwind. Feel alone, all alone. Now get your shit together is what I'm told. Been feeling low, super low, and they won't even care till I'm gone. Used to dream at the top.
What a great intro. Before I get into this sounds like he's going to start rapping. What an intro to everybody out there. I mean, I'm sure you could feel and have heard that at some point in your life, whether it's from parents, whether it's from somebody you're in a relationship with, whether it's from a boss, just a coach, anybody who's like, get your stuff together. It's like what I'm told is you don't know what you're doing. You're not pulling together. You don't know how to handle this. You can't grow up, whatever. And it's exhausting to hear that. And sometimes it's true. And like, you've got to start pulling yourself together and actually doing one good thing after another. And sometimes it's not. You're just getting beat up by people and, you know, it's not fair. And you're getting the raw end of the deal.
Super low, and they won't even care till I'm gone. Used to dream at the top and nightmares at the bottom. Till I realize at the bottom is the top. I'm forgotten, pray I don't fall like autumn. When you feel more like a product than a person, there's a
When you feel more like a product than a person, there's a problem. Please hear that. That is a great piece of lyric right there. That when you feel more like, let me go back to this. When you feel more like a product, like just something that's used up. And then when it's done, get rid of it, throw it in the trash. Than a person, there's a problem. We need to do something about this. So this is kind of bringing, they always say, you know, if you're going to bring a problem in one hand, try to bring a solution in the other. To be able to have a way to get out, climb up and out of this. And man, he's talking about, you know, being beat down, the nightmares of the bottom. I feel for anybody who, you know, doing these YouTube reactions. I feel for anybody who's having to make a living and make their survival on doing this, because I know there's a lot of YouTubers out there who make their career off of it. And a very small percentage do amazingly well, and then the rest try to just grind it out. And, doing this, I think I would be so anxiety ridden if this was all I did and I was waiting to see the likes and the people appreciating me and the people supporting me. Thankfully, I have a job and a career that I'm going towards the end of at my age, even though I feel really young, that has provided for my family and still provides. And I'm okay. I'm doing this because I love doing this. And I just can't imagine the pressure, like he's talking about, that people are looking at you, they're pointing their finger, they're telling you what you need to do. And when you fear the bottom, oh, it is so scary to go through that.
Like autumn, when you feel more like a product than a person, there's a problem, babe. Feeling so low, I don't want no one to know. I just need something to cope.
Nope.
Leave me alone, told them I'll leave me alone. Then wonder where did they go? Been here before, push away people I love, just so they never get close. End of my rope, I don't think anyone care. Maybe they will when I...
Unbelievable bars, lyrics, words, whatever you say. This is very good. Great things to hear, to listen to, and to pay attention to, because he is telling you, look at that. I don't want anybody to know. I just need something to cope, which is where the using comes in, or the addiction, or the escape, the denial. And man, when you talk about pushing people away that you love, just so that they don't get close, that's what Eminem was talking about when he was doing that, the one we did recently, where he was like, when anybody come trying to tell me I may need to lay off the drugs, I would kick them out of my life. And I want you to hear, sometimes we push away people because they're saying something we don't want to hear, but it's true.
Way people I love, just so they never get close. End of my rope, I don't think anyone care. Maybe they will when I go. Maybe they'll talk about me on the internet. They never care, only care when they benefit. Introvert, honestly, out of my element. Still, I'm afraid of becoming irrelevant. Pay attention to the ones who don't clap when you win. If they lie to you once, and they'll do it again.
Yep.
The hurt will come back and just didn't know when. And the night of the crash, I thought it was the end. All it takes is a moment to alter a life.
Must have been some kind of crash here. So I'd love to hear what crash happened that was kind of an aha moment for him that changed his life, because he sounds like he had a wake-up call.
Can't knew the hurt would come back and just didn't know when. And the night of the crash, I thought it was the end. All it takes is a moment to alter a life. And I thought about that for the rest of the night. Am I making a difference with things that I write? As a human, you don't know the demons I fight. So another day.
Don't know the demons I fight. And that's true. Nobody's walking in your shoes. Nobody knows what you've really been through. But you know what you've been through. And the more you pay attention to what everybody else says, sometimes it can be really hard. Unless there are people really close to you that care about you, that want life to be different. But he's talking about just the internal struggle of being who he really needs to be and being authentic, like being real and not just hiding, covering up, and trying to pretend nothing is a problem, that everything's okay. And that could be a real problem.
Rest of the night, am I making a difference with things that I write? As a human, you don't know the demons I fight. So another day, another night, another fucking battle in my mind. A lot of love, a lot of hate, a lot who wanna see me unwind. I feel alone, all alone. Now get your shit together is what I'm told. Been feeling low, super low, and they won't even care till I'm gone.
This is so good. Like, this song is so good just to listen to. Like, just hearing the song without breaking down the lyrics makes me feel better.
You say I'm the worst, they say I'm the best, but call me tonight when you get off of work. Got things on my chest, I've been feeling bad for the feelings I have. I know that I'm blessed, been learning that money just isn't the cure for feeling depressed.
Yeah.
I know I digress, I've been a mess, honestly I've been a mess. Hate what I think in my head, act like a friend.
Yep.
And when I need you the most, that's when you leave me on red. Have to pretend, always just have to pretend, like I don't care what it said. Stuck in my head, plenty of things I could do, I just go.
Man, he's just talking about real life stuff. I'm sure you've dealt with this. So many people have dealt with this, of just the problems in relationships, and, people who are friends, but they don't act like they're friends, leaving you on red, and it's like, whatever. And when it's convenient, and the stuff that's going on inside his head, the thoughts that he has, and the things, this is like Stan with Eminem, the thoughts in his head and making things up, and try really hard not to pretend what other people are thinking, Try to deal with them directly, because otherwise you'll make stuff up in your head and it might not be totally accurate.
Always just have to pretend like I don't care what it say. Stuck in my head, plenty of things I could do. I just go lay in my bed, damn. Don't really know why I'm feeling so low. Where do you go when there's nowhere to go?
Wow.
They talking, I know they don't know. But it's like when your heart becomes empty and cold. How do I know what's real when my mind questions all I know? How do I save myself from myself when I'm feeling low? How do I flip the page if I'm stuck reading what I wrote? Why do I always drown in my thoughts? Need to learn.
This is what people say when they come in my office. This is the meat of my work. Like, how in the world, Tom, do I change the way I think? Do I change my situation? Do I change the life that I've been dealt, the hand that I've been dealt? How do I get out of my head? How do I do anything different when I leave here, your office, Tom, and I'm going to go into my life? And how do I do this any different? And I always tell them, well, number one, you got to hold on to some shred of hope that comes from somewhere else, because if all you rely on is your head, when you're down, depressed, sad, anxious, lonely, scared, then your advice is going to be based on that. So you have to, and that's the me part when they're in my office. Hold on to what I'm saying and trust that what I'm showing you, what I'm saying to you, what I'm offering to you could help. And what's the worst case? You got your life back the way it is. Best case, you hear something from somebody else that really is here for you, has your back, and wants you to have a better life. And they give you tidbits of information, guidance, support, encouragement, and work through the trauma, the anxiety, the stress, the addiction, the therapy to get better. And your life starts to get better one step at a time. So the way you get through it is all kinds of healthy coping skills, whether it's going out for walks regularly. Remember I said eating, sleeping, exercise, doing a more of a balanced living, trying to journal and write down, watching videos like this, getting close people that are in your life that matter, having a support group around you, getting some therapy. Those are all things that can really help. So that's the recipe.
If I'm stuck reading what I wrote, why do I always drown in my thoughts? Need to learn to flow.
Yep.
Another day, another night, another fucking battle in my mind. A lot of love, a lot of hate, a lot who wanna see me unwind. I feel alone, all alone. Now get your shit together is what I'm told. Been feeling low, super low, and they won't even care till I'm gone.
Remember, if you're feeling low, try not to stay there. So when people are really depressed or anxious, they want to curl up in a ball, get under the covers, get in a dark room. I tell people all the time, don't do that. You've got to get out. You've got to move. You don't have to be around people and talk to everybody. You need to get outside. You need to move around. You need to walk. It bilaterally stimulates the brain by tapping on both feet, and it allows oxygen to pump into your brain. If you're just laying still, it's going to feed the anxiety and the depression. It's going to get worse. So try to keep moving. Oh, yes. That was awesome. Like, I loved hearing Witt Lowry. I had no idea who he was. Didn't know what he was going to say, but what a great song. Great music, first of all, to listen to, just to hear as I'm going for a jog or something, or in my car. And great lyrics to show this is real life. Everybody experiences this. And what do I do about it? And so if you struggle with that, replay the video, watch this again. Here's some of the things that I'm talking about, getting out and doing and trying to implement in your life, but also get some help. Look for somebody in your local community. Go to the link in my bio with different places you could check out that have free support or that you could find to help you, because this isn't real therapy. It's just me talking about it, but I want you to get the help you need. And I love helping people. I am so grateful to you for giving me this song and having a new artist, Witt Lowry, to react to today. And I'm so grateful that you'd even watch this show and be a part of this and subscribe, like it, pass it on to your friends, share it with people if it matters to you. And I am so pumped to do this day after day. So I cannot wait to see you on the next Reaction Therapy.